wrap up on that electronic voting issue, and it is an issue. Oh, no, it's not an issue. It's a conspiracy theory. Yes, but no, you're done. It's a conspiracy theory. You see how easy it is for these people. But anyway, if you're interested, go to Black Box Voting. Bev Harris, been doing for at least 20 years, a little more than 20 years on this issue, and all her experts, her team. Or you can read Mark Crispin Miller, the academic, Fooled Again, which is an excellent recounting of the Florida issue, and then he's written subsequently about the electronic voting machine. But you see, you can have all the fucking evidence in the world. And you try to say that on CNN? No, that's a conspiracy theory. Yes, but no, you're done. It's a conspiracy theory. You see? No, the American public is too easy. And then with the partisanship, which is the main idea of all the elections now, is if you're a partisan, a blue or red, you are the problem. You're not even part of the problem. You're the problem. But they cannot help themselves. I mentioned Tucker Carlson and who's that girl that I can never remember? Owens?
Candace Owens.
She's got the same problem. She's now studied up on all the recent history of false flags and assassinations and all sorts of dirty deeds from both sides of the aisle. But this election, she said in the last election, previous election, she said, this is a titanic battle between good and evil. Trump being good and the other one, whoever it was, being evil. You see, they cannot not. If you cannot not be partisan, you've been brainwashed. They're way over your head. They're playing with you. I'm done on that issue. What do we got now?
Well, 2008, we were living in Mexico by you at this time. Obama and McCain. Yeah, because I don't really remember this election too much at all, actually.
Hope and change.
I don't think
keep it vague, you know. Maybe throw in a few policy recommendations, but keep it as vague as possible. Hope and change, joy, moving on, move America on, make America great. These are slogans designed for very small children, and that's how they view the electorate.
Yeah.
Rightly so in most cases, because the majority is all you need. You don't need every critical thinker in the bunch, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2008 is when we had another big recession. Panic.
2008, yeah. Bank bailouts and everything, but that hit too late to affect the election, I guess. Didn't it? Or did it start to happen before that? I forget. But yeah. Obama didn't suffer from it.
Yeah.
But the point that a lot of the Owens and those people want to make is that the Democrats with the bailouts of the banks and industries and the homeowners thrown out on the streets, the Democrats shot themselves in the foot. So they ruined their appeal to the plebeians. And so that's where Obama is credited with actually destroying the Democrat Party in this era.
Yeah, it says Obama received more votes than any candidate in history. 70
Well,
million.
hope springs eternal, you know.
They might have
Hope and
padded that up.
change. Do we need change? Yes. Do people need hope? Yes.
Is that
Well,
when they
hell, he's
is that
got
when
my
we
vote.
started is that when the dead people started voting though?
What?
Is that when some dead people started voting?
I don't know about that. They don't need to scrounge around for you know one dead person at the graveyard. You know, they're far more sophisticated. I told you about the electronic voting machines. That's
Well,
the
yeah,
fail safe. If they need to flip the election for some reason, they'll do it.
but they don't even need a name associated with that vote, like in the electronic.
No.
It's
There's no paper trail.
okay. Yeah.
So some of the reformists that want to reform the election system are demanding paper trail that can be recounted if necessary.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that has happened. Maybe in some states.
Yeah, imagine counting 100 million votes.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of League of Women Voters, and you
Yeah,
know that organization is a total fraud.
let's
Like
split
you were
them up.
mentioning the other day, they passed out the little stickers you can put on your lapel.
Mhm.
I voted. Did you? You know, and silent is church mass about the electronic voting and the integrity of the voting system. You know, so there are watchdogs. They're the super electric volunteers. You know, I mean, come on, it's just another bogus fraud.
Okay, well, so we got the next one is Obama again, the smooth talker.
Yeah, Mitt Romney. Now, I don't see why he has strong roots in Michigan. His father was entrepreneur up there, and but I see he lost or he won Utah. He basically is a Mormon. The Mormons, it's a fraud religion, has allied closely with the Zionist lobby, and he was pretty well known to be, a Mormon candidate. So, he didn't have too much to say that I can remember.
Yeah, that's basically the only thing I remember about him was that he was a Mormon.
Yeah. Well, goes back to the Catholic thing that I was mentioning,
Mhm.
That doesn't wash. Not across the board, but he did pretty well, I guess. Yeah, he did very well in the
Yeah, he did.
What was the final tally? I missed that. 336, 332, 206. And so yeah, he may have I can't remember his appeal. What does it say were the main issues of the campaign? Scroll down just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's at the top this time. The role of the government, spending and tax rates, nuclear Iran, Arab Spring, global warming, campaign finance.
Okay. Spending and tax rates. Yeah. Yeah, he probably attacked the Obama for on taxes and balancing the budget. He's got a background in business, and so that's the Ross Perot appeal, balance the budget. So two or three slogans, fairly meaningless. We'll do the job. Reagan said, we're going to reduce taxes. Well, shit. I only got one vote. I'm voting for him.
Right. And then we have the Arab Spring starting.
I don't know that played into it. That I didn't. I'm surprised to see that. That was something happening over there, and over there with no direct involvement of American troops. He generally doesn't get a lot of traction in an election.
Yeah.
I don't see. They may have argued about that somewhat, but it wasn't a pressing issue, I'm sure.
But I mean, this
campaign finance. Oh yeah, that's when that Citizens United came in before that, and the billionaires started going wild, of course, and buying up all their Congress critters and the presidential. Obama was pretty well financed, from Eastern establishment also. Wasn't just the Republicans. I don't know who raised more, but probably about even.
But with the Arab Spring, I was thinking of, the whole Gaddafi thing that would have happened the year before, and that was pretty big.
Well, bombing campaign. No American
casualties.
Didn't lose a pilot. Didn't lose anything. I mean, what could be bad about that? We're dropping our bombs on the bad people.
Yeah.
You don't need to. That's a no-brainer and a non-issue.
Nobody knew anything about Gaddafi.
Well, Helen don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about Gaddafi, except he was being blown up as the bad at that particular time. So what do we have a military for if it's not to bomb the bad guys? Huh?
Yeah, and what about his river project? What do they call that?
Oh, don't get me started. It's the best country in the entire world. You realize the rights that people in Libya had thanks to the oil, but the great man-made river project, the greening the deserts, okay? These people, these liberals claim to be ecology friendly, They greened millions of acres of, talking real desert. Bunch of sand that a camel can't even walk through. And no, but they had rights up the ass. Everybody had the right to not only primary and secondary and high school, but university studies and graduate studies. And if they couldn't provide those in Libya, they were given stipends and sent to Europe. They had a home for every married couple. Not a tax credit, a home. And so on and so forth.
Yeah, we got here free healthcare, free electricity, interest-free loans, Newlyweds receive $50,000 to find a home.
There
Mothers,
you go.
mothers receive $5,000 on the birth of a child. Citizens
There you go.
received a percentage of all oil sales, and petrol was 14 cents per liter. The government paid 50% of the price of your car, and unemployed Libyans received the average salary for their occupation.
Where are you reading that? Doesn't sound like Wikipedia.
No, I looked up specifically the
Yeah, well, that's all that's accurate. I can guarantee you. Well,
I guess the Facebook meme.
put me in a goddamn bad mood by mentioning the Libya thing. All based on a fraud, of course.
Oh, but
He was getting ready to kill his own people.
That's what
because
our platform,
they stirred up the West stirred up these their usual Islamist extremists in Basra and so on, and were attacking the government because they were paid well to do so, not because they had grievances. A lot of them were from other countries sent there. And so, the whole goddamn thing was a big lie. But they had Gaddafi. Gaddafi was part of the resistance axis to Israel. So they were targeted to be taken out. And they didn't spend their money on the military. And so their military was weak. Then they shot down this airliner over in Scotland. Blame Gaddafi and said, if you don't fess up to it, we're taking your economy down. His was interested in the gold dinar, another currency to compete with the dollar. And he had 15 or so African countries lined up on the project. Okay? You have to defend the dollar. That's our values. That's our values in one goddamn word.
Yeah. But that's the reason I want this platform for you mainly, but also for me to talk about these blatant lies and combat the propaganda,
Yeah, it's pretty discouraging though, but
yeah.
if somebody might care, I don't know.
People care. People care. They just don't
Sure
know.
They do. Sure they do. They pretend to care. Let's be frank. They don't
I just
care.
think they just don't know that they don't know.
Look, if you tell them there's two candidates, one is going to cut your taxes by 20%.
Yeah, I get
The
that.
other one is talking about Libya and talking about Gaza and talking about all sorts of things that don't matter. Who do you think they're going to vote for?
Yeah, cut the taxes. That's what Trump's supposed to do, right?
I suppose he radically cut taxes on the rich. This is the trickle-down theory that came on board in the Stockman and Reagan era, where supposedly, this provides incentive to invest and stimulate and the populace, the extras. They will be the ultimate beneficiaries as well. So that's it. And we've got the most extreme inequality that's ever existed in the world history. We're talking extreme. I've sent you the pie charts.
Yeah. It seems like Trump is really serious about deporting all the immigrants. And I guess I was just kind of think he's shooting himself in the foot, because say there's, I mean, I know it's complete estimate that there's 30, 40 million immigrants, mostly working, we can all say we see them working everywhere. And the US has only 10 million unemployed Americans. But now, out of those 10 million, how many are even, healthy enough to work these jobs that the immigrants are working out in the field 12 hours a day up on a roof? They're doing the drywall, they're doing all these really hard jobs.
Yeah.
That are 10 million unemployed. I can kind of, I know some unemployed folks, and not to generalize over all of them, but I can't really see them doing any of those jobs.
Well,
so anyway, I just feel
if you go, I mentioned contradictions between various industries, various elements within the ruling class, depending on are they exporters, importers, manufacturers, financiers, and so forth. Yeah, they have, so the real, if you say start or after the Roosevelt administration, or you go back there, the problem was that labor was organized in the United States, was becoming, they passed the Wagner Act under Roosevelt that encouraged workers to join unions. This was part of their Keynesian approach. Raise the living standards and create a robust internal market for the washing machines and cars. Well, yeah, okay, that's wise, especially when you're in depression. But then with globalization, of course, there's always been global commerce, but really took off after that, and in the 60s and so on. So we were at our industries were at a competitive disadvantage. And then they even tried to, Cesar Chavez was even organizing the farm workers, for crying out loud. So you had to, and the unions were robust. All the major industries were heavily unionized. I benefited from that somewhat when I was a steel worker. But then the problem became competitive competition with foreign cheap labor. So then you have to, to break the unions, which they've done. We're down to something like 8%, mostly government workers are even unionized. We were at a height of 50% in the 50s. Okay, of unionized labor. They've broken the Reagan started the downfall, breaking the air traffic controller strike, but then it just spiraled down and became economy wide. Well, yeah, so this is one of the contradictions. I mean, some industries are benefiting with the construction industries and the agriculture industries are benefiting from the immigration. Depending on where you are in the business cycle, when you're booming, you need that extra labor and to put pressure on the unions, as I said, and fill those, the demand for labor. But when you're in a stagnation or recession, then you don't need them, and then they're a burden. So economic theory, if you go back to classical capitalist economic theory, it would only make sense, balance the economy if labor is completely free to cross borders or go and come or whatever as any other commodity. But you get into a problem because they're not like any other commodity. They have to be sustained, and they can be laid off, of course. But then you've got maybe pay unemployment, and they're a messy commodity, problematic. So there's always two sides to it, but yeah, I mean, did people say, well, yes, it should be legal? Okay, well, all right, fine. I don't, it's a problem for the capitalists more than anything.
Yeah. Okay. We're just blaming. Will you stop? Okay, so keep on keeping on here.
Yeah.
2016, Clinton, Trump. Yeah, this is when we were supporting Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
Jill Stein ran.
Right.
Back then.
No way. We were supporting Bernie when that's Hillary Clinton. Okay.
In the primary, yeah.
So Hillary won that. Yeah, she was pretty good on Libya. She said, we came, we saw, and we destroyed, something like that. She was all heart.
And we sodomized.
Yeah,
what you meant to say.
Right. Quoting Julius Caesar, like Julius Caesar had a brain on his shoulders, at least. Anyway, where are we now? So Hillary won. It was close, right? What was the?
Yeah, it was pretty close. That's about what it was this time.
Yeah.
It's about that.
Yeah, roughly.
Hello.
So Galloway's calling this a landslide. Boy, needs to get up to speed on if he's going to comment on American politics.
Yeah, so issues of the day. Got a lot going on. Healthcare
Costs, economic inequality. Well, hell, that depends on where you are on the pie chart, doesn't it? But they've got the 50% that has less than 1% of the wealth, cumulative. And they got half of them brainwashed. So you can talk about economic inequality all you want, with no solutions, of course. Terrorism, boy, that's a big issue. Every terrorist group in the world is backed by the U.S. and NATO and Britain.
Israel.
Yeah, sure.
shifting media landscape.
What in the fuck does that mean? Yeah, that's
Is that
about
like,
as
is that like
confusing. What does that
YouTube?
mean?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like a lot of people getting their news from like YouTube
Oh, okay. Yeah, that must be
podcasters.
what they're referring to. Oh, yeah. Disinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Information is supposed to come from the 4 or 5 monopolies that control all the main channels,
Yeah.
making their job a little more complex. So they say that became an issue. So it assumes that one of the candidates was, I don't know, working that angle somehow. All right, that's enough on that one. What else have we got? We're up to,
2020.
yeah, that's Bush
Uh-oh.
Jr. We've already gone over that with the Florida debacle.
No, you're
They
thinking
call
of
it a debacle, but you
you're
know,
thinking of
oh, Florida
2000.
was a debacle. They don't know how, why it's
No,
called that.
this is Biden Trump, where it might have been stolen here too.
Oh, I was thinking 2000, 2020. Okay. Uh, yeah. So I haven't actually looked at the evidence that the Trump people presented. I'll be honest with you. They could be right or they.
Yeah. Well, I forget what states, but people have mentioned that they, like when we were tracking the election the other night, you just all of a sudden see just this huge, just a ton of votes going to Biden. That's what they were mentioning. I'll have to look up the specifics. Where it's pretty much even, and then all of a sudden 20% of the reporting comes in, and then it's 80% of that is for Biden. Just kind of really lopsided.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it's that partisanship again, though.
Yeah.
If they cheat for our candidate, we don't care. If they cheat for the other candidate, they're screaming bloody murder. And we go around and around. And we will continue to go around and around as we descend into the future. There's no brakes. This is a fucking train that's lost its brakes in the mountains.
Yeah. So we have COVID,
Yeah.
racial tensions, and deeply polarized electorate.
Yeah. Let's see. So COVID, was that an issue? Well, Trump has said that the lockdowns were excessive, but he rolled out the vaccines, of course, the death shots, and Biden. Well, in what sense was? I guess that's the only sense it was an issue. That Biden went too far with. Were there really lockdowns? I hear that a lot. I don't think there was any lockdowns here in Mexico. What does it fucking mean about lockdown anyway?
I think certain
Well,
states.
I don't know. They closed some small businesses or what?
Yeah, I think certain
Some schools.
Yeah, the schools were closed for a
Yeah, but
while.
that doesn't have an immediate economic impact.
I think a lot of businesses were closed, especially in other states. I mean, we're in Kentucky, so it's a little less restrictive. But that's when a lot of people had to like work from home and
Yeah,
small
they
businesses were
call it
closed.
work. Yeah,
Small
if you
businesses.
can work from home on a computer screen, I'd say you're probably expendable.
Yeah, that's what I do. Thanks.
What? I didn't mean it that way.
I'm just kidding. I am expendable. Um,
Yeah, you got to get
Google.
those farmer studies. With nobody reads, certainly not the doctors. You got to get those translated just to have it.
Yeah, well, Google Translate's actually taken over my job, so
No,
they can have it though. I'm done with it.
you're done with it.
Figure out something else. But so, are we ready for the latest one?
The one that everybody's talking about.
So look, 232 to 306. Ooh, shit. Nope, it's not even on here. How dare they?
So, well, if Pennsylvania and Michigan had both flipped, uh, uh, wait a minute. No, the Dems got this. So I guess the battleground states were all going to, well, those are battleground states. Those went Democrat. But North Carolina.
No, this is the last one.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm totally confused.
No, because he
Who
got
the
all
fuck was running here?
Trump got all of the swing states. But look, it's pretty similar to the but flipped.
Yeah, okay, I'm up to speed now. We're in 2024.
Yeah.
So the battleground states went Republican. Michigan and Pennsylvania would have flipped. I think that gives you 35. So that would have, what was the final electoral total? So if she had held those two states, I think we're about 36, 37 to hers. That would be 60, maybe 63. And take 63 or take 37 off of his. You got 63. He still wins, I think. 60 or 37 off of his. Yeah, he's at three at 270, and she's at 263. That would have been awfully close, but I think he still wins by 4 or 5 electoral votes. Nevada was also talked about as a swing state, but I think, and so was Arizona. But
Did you hear that the Amish came out to vote in Pennsylvania? They might have swung that one.
they don't usually vote.
No, I guess not. I mean, what I was looking at, they said they don't usually vote, but they came out. I don't know. Someone said that.
They came out for Trump mostly. Huh?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. Where'd you go? Where you at?
Sorry about
you
that.
there from me. I think I better get plugged in. My battery is down here. Oh.
All right. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about here?
Not on the elections.
I got some other.
I'm pretty much tired of that. I'm sure you are. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have to decide on some more topics that we could delve into, and maybe I could research it a little better.
yeah.
Maybe our listeners can comment and give us some ideas. You know, our listeners, what you'd like us to do a deeper dive into. We covered a lot there.
Yeah. Well, what do you want our expert opinionating? I don't think we're going to get a lot of a demand for that.
Yeah, you have to be positive.
This group, well, yeah. The thing is, you don't know how they're thinking or if they're thinking, and we don't get much.
So you're talking about our email group.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Facebook group.
I'm just talking about yeah, anybody we can reach. I did put it on Facebook, but I'm kind of shadow banned on there, so a lot of people don't see. Even though I have like 5,000 followers, they don't.
5,000. That's the limit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You're doing good.
Yeah, but when I try to post, especially if I try to post a video, you'll get like 2 people seeing. Because I'm on creator mode, so I can actually see how many people have viewed the post, you know. And
really?
yeah, sometimes it's just like 2 people.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because it's being shadow banned. But sometimes if I put up a meme that's just kind of random and not really very political, I mean, I'll get thousands of views.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's not, yeah, banned. So anyway.
Can you send out a message to everybody asking, I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and whether you saw my recent video on Gaza that I posted 3 days ago, or something like that. I mean, well, not that.
I don't know if you can do that, but I know you can create like an event and invite everybody. Like you can say there's like an event and maybe it can be a video. Like, hey, we're going to be streaming live tomorrow night, and then it sends it out to everybody and they can tell you whether they're interested or. Yeah, that's probably a way to reach everybody. Maybe.
Well, you mean reach them with content or just inquire as to whether they're seeing the video?
No, just like it'll actually send an invite to every single person to watch.
And what will you say?
To watch your video. And you can have the link to your video and then they can go watch your video.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a good strategy.
Instead of just posting it and not having anybody see it.
Yeah. So the Gaza issue is being heavily censored, you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good content. Let's see if I can log in here. Uh-oh. I don't know my password. Anyway, I was going to show you, but A lot of 9/11 memes. Pretty good stuff. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna get off here and try to come up with some dinner. Maybe take the girls to the park.
That sounds good.
But yeah,
Forget all this politics bullshit. It always gets too heavy around election time, but even heavier this time.
yeah. Well, I feel like right, with all the
Partisan.
nominations and all that. Too.
Yeah.
But okay.
All right, good. We'll do this again sometime. I'm on camera. That's pretty good. That was a good suggestion. Cost me 650 pesos. Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Say hello to Karina. She around or?
Yeah, she just got home from school.
Oh, that's right. This is Monday. I don't know the difference. Okay, now take care.
Bye.
Bye.